We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Seattle. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25. Actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They go play action with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll run with Barkley. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A carry by Taylor to start the drive to about the 48-yard line. For these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Aaron Donald in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Here's Ty Long now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. The Seahawks at 15-1 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's got it at the 15. And he'll go out of bounds downs inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor, and he is going to lose yardage here. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Burrow on play action. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 31, Mahomes. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Bert Sr. to punt the football away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. That's complete. Right side, driver with it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Well, not one you see often there, as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Barkley inside handoff, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
They go with McCaffrey.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
This one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Here we go. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Gonna go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Marcus Davenport collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He'll buy, and the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 5-point game. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the posts, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it.
Mahomes hit, he lost the football, but I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the 49ers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 82 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The center receiver in motion to the right. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Burrow. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go.
They'll run forward with Barkley, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
First and 10, Taylor now. And some space here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Burrow.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Throwing, Burrow.
Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Seahawks,
they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Niners, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.